am live. Yikes, you caught me. Camera is coming up. The camera is coming up. Hi, I was just working on, because I like to put my DSPs on these little cheat sheets for me, so that all I need to do is flip through my binder and find what I'm looking for. How's this for a little sneak peek? This is called Who Loves Ice Cream? Ice Cream Corner DSP. Look at all this ice cream and popsicles and more ice creams and candies. Yikes. Anyway, I will put that aside so that we can get going with what you all came here for today. Let me just get my technology here up and running. Come on, iPad, work with me. I've got 3 people here. And I would love to know who's with me. My iPad is not cooperating. Don't you love technology? Oh, come on, technology. I need you right now. Let's go. See more. I'll be right there. This is so annoying. I don't know why this has been happening to me a lot lately, but it just has been. Okay, here we go. I think I've got it. I'm trying to get my iPad to flip so I can see the comments, and it won't. Okay, so then let's do it this way. Not ideal, because I see who's here. We have Karen, and we have Gail and Connie and Darlene, and you can hardly hear me. Are you serious? Where's my little mic? Can you hear me now? Wow. I am sorry. Let's get going. Better audio now? Okay, I plugged in my little mic. I do have another mic that's like a lapel, but I don't know that I want to be stuck with it because it's not wireless. So I'd have this string attached to me, pulling me into the camera. Not good, not good. I got to put my ice cream cones away here now. I'm having too much fun playing. I actually organized and cleaned a little bit, but anyway, all that aside. Hello, bonjour. My name is Denise Willerton, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I am thrilled that you are here. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would be honored if I could help you with anything. If you do have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, that is wonderful. I hope you stick around and are still inspired by some little goodies that I'm bringing you today. So I want you to stay to the end, because we're going to start with a featured card using the beautiful Life is Beautiful from Leanne Graff. She's a wonderful Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who is, very generous with her sharing, and I've talked to her a lot, and she's like, oh yeah, go ahead. Anyway, she's a doll. So I'm going to feature her card today, or her stamp set today, before it's gone, because it is not being carried forward into the new catalog. And what else did I want to say? Oh, and stick around, because I have another project for you to do. And what else? If you share, I will add your name into a draw for next week for a little gift. And I will have a gift. I'm going to do a draw at the end of this post to see who won for last week. And what else do I have to say? I guess that's about it. Oh, okay, so I did get louder. Thanks, Darlene, for that. Isn't that crazy? I guess my little mic does make a difference. So again, don't forget to share. When you share, please let me know. I've got a paper and a pencil here, and I'm going to write your names down. It might be easier than trying to find it after, because it took me a little while to find it last time. So thanks, Connie. Got you down as a share on my little list thing here. Can I take a little bit of liberty here with just a little bit of, thanks Gail, I've got that. I just want to take care of a little bit of housekeeping or info, if you don't mind. I'm going to write Gail's name down. And Connie, I've got you. Camera is coming down, okay? So and I'm gonna blast through this quickly, okay? So hang on, the camera's coming down. Here we go. So the first thing is, with great sadness, Whisper White, as we know it, will no longer be available. That is not Stampin' Up's fault. Please hear that. The company that would produce this paper for them, if that's what it's called, create this paper for them, they were unable to survive the stress of COVID. Karen, I've got you down as a share. Thank you for that. So your name will be entered in the draw. So Whisper White will no longer be available once it's all depleted. But there will be what they call Basic White available to us. Knowing Stampin' Up, the quality is still going to be amazing, okay? So I'm not worried about this at all. I'm just sad that you know, another company kind of bites the dust. I want to talk to you a little bit about the paper pumpkin. I promised I would phone the office and I forgot. They're so crazy busy right now. The January paper pumpkin is going to be all about love and Valentine's, and then beginning, and you have until January 10th to order that if you're not on a constant ordering. On January 1st, the little love boxes are going to be available while supplies last, only available while supplies last. People are going to be jumping on this, ladies, so you need to get that ordered. You're going to be receiving 20 little printed mini boxes. I don't know the dimensions, and I have to find out if you are a non-paper pumpkin, if you're allowed to order it. My assumption is that you are. But these little printed mini boxes, you're going to get 24 decorative boxes with die cut labels for $11. Seriously, these are going to fly off the shelf. And the year-end sale is still on until January 4th. Items are flying off the shelf. If you do want to place an order, let me know. I do have a coupon code. I can get that for you as well if you're placing that order yourself online. And I meant to get that out here and I forgot. Okay, this is just about the basic white. So that is done. The other thing that I want to cover really, really super quickly are some, hi Kathy, welcome here. I'm glad you're here. If you want your name added into the I shared, please share and I will write your name down on the list and you'll be entered in for a draw for the end of next week's video. And stick around for this week so I can draw last week as well as a secondary item, okay? The other little thing that I want to chat about are some classes to go that I have. I'm trying really hard to keep us all engaged and having fun in our little happy corners with Stampin' Up kits and ideas for you. These are past classes up here that I've had. If you are interested in this, in more information on this, just leave me a line here. Leave me a message here, and I'll be sure to be in touch with you in regards to that. We just finished the Peaceful Nativity, which was a real nice big hit. The next new class that I have going features the Dragonfly Garden, and so this class is $88, which includes the Dragonfly Garden stamp set. It includes the punch, and it also includes, these are already open, so there's some missing. it also includes these gorgeous little ladybugs. Look at these sweet little guys. They are so cute. And you know what? I'm going to show you a trick using these today with our featured card and my Stampin' Blends, my Real Red Stampin' Blends. And so this class would be the 3 kits that go with this, plus all of these for $88. If you just want the kits and the PDF and YouTube, it's $25, and if you just want the YouTube and the tutorial, it's $15 with no kits, okay? So that's all I'm going to chat about in regards to all of that. Let's get to why we are actually here today. So, featuring Life is Beautiful. Yeah, Kathy, the dragonfly is so cute, and it stamps really, really nicely, really nicely. Yeah, I'm so excited that you girls are here. So here is what we are going to do today. This is the card that I created featuring Leanne Graff's stamp that she created with the Stampin' Up office. And I'm going to, I mean, nothing crazy ridiculous, but I'm going to step my second card up just a smidge. Let me get my little toolbox so we can get going on this. This is what I mean by my little toolbox. See all of this goodness that is pre-cut? So I know that I want a Whisper White card base. So let's pull that out of my magic little toolkit. And I want a Night of Navy, 5 1/4 by 4, but I also need a Whisper White panel, which is going to measure 5 by 3 3/4. So when I'm in the middle of cutting, if my little file system has emptied out, I don't cut just one. I cut a great big handful of them, slip them in, and I'm ready to go next time around. You know what we're going to be using today? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Look at these beauties. Ha! My blending brushes. I cannot wait to show you these guys in action. Okay? So, can you tell I'm excited? Whew! Slow down, Denise. Or as Dean would say, simmer down, simmer down. So this is going to be my panel, okay? And this is where I'm stepping it up a little bit. I didn't have that panel behind this one, and I'm going to with this one, just to show you how you can do one little thing which changes the card slightly, okay? So we're going to start with our Whisper White panel, and again, this measures 3 3/4 by 5 inches, okay? Yeah, Karen, this really is fun. And Darlene, it is pretty. I actually, excuse me, I need to get a sip of water here before I lose my voice because I'm so excited. Hang on, sorry to do this. I actually, when I was chatting with Leanne this past week, I sent her, hi Tracy, welcome here. Don't forget to share and you will be entered for a prize for next week. And I'm picking a winner from last week at the end of the video, so be sure you stick around. Gail, I'm too fast? Is it because I'm excited? I think so. So with the Life is Beautiful, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the tree off. So Gail, grab your paper and your pencil. This little panel measures 3 3/4 by 5 inches, okay? And I am going to put my tree right there, okay? Let's pick that up. Let's pick that up. Now see how my paper moved just a little bit? because I've got this marked. I want to straighten that up again. I'm going to tuck this under, and let's just shimmy this back to where it belongs. Sorry that I was too fast there, Gail. I think I'm so hyper excited. And you know what I did just before my live? My friend Karen made some goodies for Dean and I with chocolate and probably lots of sugar in it. And my friend Kathy sent me some cookies last week. So guess what I had for a little pre-class snack? Yep. I am sugared up. I am sugared up. I am using Memento on my tree, and I just inked this morning. I hope it's not too juicy. Okay, now stick around. Oh no, Karen, there's no oops. There's no oops. It was so good. Thank you for that. It was yummy. So stick around because you want to see what happens to this. You want to see what happens. I'm just making sure that I've got all my branches, and I'm going to, before I lift this, I want to take a look and make sure my paper has not moved in case I have to ink again. And you know what? I am so fine with the way this looks. Okay? Gail, I am sugared up. Oh my goodness, I am sugared up. I feel like a little girl on Christmas morning. Okay, here we go. Watch what happens now. Get that little guy off of there. Tuck that back into my kitty. Now in my box, I've got this. Any idea what that's for? Does anybody have a guess what that is for? I kind of tidied up my my studio a little bit. Oh, Karen, I wish we were sugared up together, my friend. So here's what you're going to do. We stamped our tree, right? But we want this effect. How did she do it? Watch this. I am going to mask. I hesitated because I'm like, which way do I go? I've got a little bit of removable. Let me show you. Oh, reach, reach, reach. Yes, it's masking for the sun. So this is removable. Stampin' Up does not share this. Stampin' Up does not sell this, but you can purchase it at craft sale or craft stores. Wow, no more sugar before classes, Denise. It'll always be in a green if it's removable. Now I need to decide where I want my sun because it really doesn't matter. But let's just stick with what we already have. And let's cover it about there, okay? Now, on to our new, and I love these, the blending brushes. They will not be available until the new catalog for you, but I ordered some. They come in a pack of 3. They come in a little bag like this in a pack of 3. They are fantastic. I cannot brag on these enough, okay? So this is Night of Navy, but I'm going to use Misty Moonlight. I did not have any Misty Moonlight cardstock, so I'm going to stick with the Misty Moonlight because I just love that color. I'm going to pick up a little bit of blue with my brush. Hi Pamela, welcome here. We are masking our tree from Beautiful Life stamp set. You always want to start off of your cardstock, okay? If you started on your cardstock, you're going to get a blotch, okay? So I want to start off my cardstock and roll into my cardstock like so, okay? And again, I'm going to ink up more. I'm not worried about white spaces because I love that look. I mean, look how much white or really light spaces that I have, okay? I want to concentrate more on the edges for the darkness, okay? So off and then on. These brushes, girls, oh my goodness, they are amazing. So Pamela, I had mentioned earlier to everyone that if you share, and let me know that you have shared, I can see at the end who has anyway. It's just easier for me. I will enter your name into a draw for next week. And at the end of today's video, we will choose the winner for sharing last week. You know what? I am really happy with my sky, like so. I'm going to just try to bring a little more blue down in here. And I love the whiteness in that. Now these brushes, I can run that underwater and clean it. It might be a little bit stained after, but I think, and I'm not sure if I'm going to regret this, I think I'm going to leave it. There's still a little bit of color that comes off, but this is going to be my blue brush, okay? Now with our green, I'm going to pull out Mossy Meadow. Hi Lucy, welcome here. Thanks for sharing. I just wrote down your name as well for sharing. So far I have Connie, Gail, Karen, and Lucy. Yeah, it really is a watercolor look, Karen. It's just beautiful. And Tracy, I have you as well. Okay, so now Mossy Meadow, we're going to pull that in. And again, I want to start on my scratch paper. Okay? I'm not worried about full, complete coverage, although I do tend to like it a little darker on the edges. I don't know why, but I do. And off and then on. Always start off. Don't forget to stick around because we are working on another little Christmas project after this video. And I think I'm happy with my ground coverage. Now because I've changed this a little bit in that I am putting a Night of Navy panel behind it, the card will be a little bit different, okay? But not much. Let's grab our Stamparatus once again. I'm a fan of my Stamparatus. And it's such a soft look too. It's just gorgeous. I want to stamp my ground, and I think I want to put another little birdhouse on there. When my grandchildren saw this card, they flipped because we are bird lovers in this house. And my little guy said, "Grandma, look, there's a birdhouse on that tree." I'm like, "I know, Lucas." So I'm going to line this up. I don't know that there's a top or a bottom to this, but let's pick that up and let's ink that up with some Mellow Moss. I've got to get into a better habit of looking at my messages. Karen, you said me too, and I'm thinking, oh, that you love birds? Maybe that's what you were referring to. Not sure. I guess if I'm going to have a conversation, I need to pay attention. I was just pressing down my Stamparatus to transfer my ink off the stamp onto the paper, okay? Just holding it down. Okay, so now let's add our birdhouse. And you know what? I think I might, no, I'm going to put it on the same side. So I am just going to line that up. And let's get this. Yes, Stamparatus and birds. I'm all about that. I am. Let's just tuck that there. Pick this up. My paper moved. I want to line that back up again. I always look when I lift my window to see if my paper in fact did or didn't move, because if it did, I need to place it back. Let's just give that a little massage here. I inked up my memento this morning, so it is nice and dark. Let's just stick that there. I'm going to confess something. I'm getting better at putting things away after I use it. How about you? Okay, we've used our green, we've used our blue. Let's pull this one in, and I'm going to use So Saffron and a smidge of Calypso Coral. So watch, here's how we're going to do our moonscape. Moonscape? Is that a word? So see how I'm really yellow or really white? Let's get that covered. So what I did was I believe this is 2.5 inches. I should have taken note of that. It is 2. It's 2, is it? It looks more 2 1/4. So it's a 2 1/4 inch circle. So after you pull your circle off, now I want to go back and cover where the circle is. Okay, so we're going to go like so. And let's open that up because I'm not getting a good coverage. And you know what? I think I'm going to use my removable tape so that I don't scoot anywhere. If you're going to do it right. Now this is just computer paper. That's all it is. Don't use cardstock. It's thicker. You're not going to get as nice of a coloring after the fact. Okay? So let's grab our So Saffron. And same thing. We are going to start off and move into. This always amazes me when I take my mask off after. Oh my goodness. I want to be darker on my edges. I'm going to now try to stay away from the middle because I want there to be a little bit of depth in here. Okay? This is probably one of my most favorite techniques, is the masking technique. Was anybody in my class when we did Beautiful You? Do you remember that card with the girl kind of on the water edge? So there's my So Saffron. Now I'm going to use my Calypso Coral, but watch really careful what I do, okay? I am just going, and I only have 3 brushes. I'm just going to pick up a little bit, And I don't want to go in a circular motion. I want to kind of swoosh across, okay? Because I'm trying to kind of get, you know how sometimes with the moon or sometimes the sun, you've got this kind of lines that go through. I'm going to start off and I'm going to just go, and it's not the easiest thing to do. That was a little bit much, but you know what? Let's clean this off because there are no mistakes. And let's just smooth that around a little bit. I'm going to end up loving this. I just know it. Okay, there you go. I love these brushes. They've got some nice give. Look at these bristles. There's just like a million bristles in there. Can you see that? Oh, they're so fun to use. Yeah, wasn't that a fun card that we created? Okay, who's ready for the reveal? Can I hear a drum roll? Drum roll, please. And you know what? I failed to grab my scrap. Here we go. Here's our moonscape. Isn't that unbelievable? So this, rather than throwing it away, because I will probably do this technique again and again, I choose to just fold it up and I keep it right in the case. My beautiful U stamp set has all my masks in it. So now there we go. It's done. So do I have Whisper White hanging around? You know what? I don't normally do this. I will be right back. I need to get some scrap. And I see that I failed to also pull my dies out. See how this was stitched with dies? I'm going to do something different because I don't want to rummage through my dies and find what I need. I apologize. I was so busy cleaning my studio that I guess I forgot to get fully ready for class. Thanks, Darlene. So let's pull out Life is Beautiful from the same stamp set. Or we could change it up and do Thinking of You. You know what? That's probably a good idea because I think that would be really cute. So let's just get that lined up. Pick that up. And we'll get our memento happening. This is such a nice stamp set. I think once it retires, it's going to be something that I hang on to because I really like it. My die cuts are right behind me. Would it be really bad if I die cut this and left you once again? You know what? Why don't we do that? Guess I was not as organized and ready as I thought I was. I'm just going to tuck that here and I will put those away properly later. Okay, so my die cuts, what would that be? Let's grab Stitched Nested for this one, just to change it up. Do it. Thanks, Connie. Thank you for that. Let's see, which one do I want? I think that's it right there. Let's pull my die cut machine this way. Move all my goodies out of the way. Let's do this. Get that placed nice and straight. I just need my plate number 3 to go on top of that. Ooh, I hope I'm not too close to the edge and missed out on. You don't have to go back and forth twice. You know why I do? It's a habit. Oh boy, I just cut the corner off a smidge. I'm not going to worry about it. Don't tell anyone, okay? I would appreciate that. Now see what I did with this sentiment? Because this is just so white, we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to, with whatever is left, and there's just a smidge on here, just a smidge, enough to give it color. We're going to do the green on the bottom and the blue on the top, and even pulling it in a little bit. That's it. That's all I want to do. That is all I want to do on there. And then let me show you what I'm going to do with that little ladybug. See, I wasn't ready. I need my Stampin' Blends, and I want, let's grab Cherry Cobbler. I hope I've got a nice tip on this, okay? Let's see. Well, it's a little bit smushed, but look what you can do. This little guy is going to scoot around. You know what I need? I need a little glue dot. Come here, little guy. Let's put some adhesive under him and put him right back there. And look at that. See how you can color with your Stampin' Blends these ladybug trinkets. So these trinkets are included in that dragonfly class that will be ready in January. I am still working on it. Okay? We're going to get some dimensionals and little ladybug, come with me. And I think I want you right about there. We're going to put some dimensionals behind my sentiments. Where's my open packet of the big guys? Don't have one? I've got pieces. Let's finish this one off. Who's ready for Christmas? And when you're finished answering that, I have another question for you. Who is ready for Christmas? I'm going to put that, I think I'm going to put that, oh, my ladybug would have actually looked really cute on there. It's probably too late to move it now. I'm going to put that right there. You, Darlene, you are, but you're not. You're kind of like me. I am, but I'm not. I am going to use adhesive just to put this right down on there. Now see the difference? This one does not have a frame, let's call that a frame behind it, and this one will. So that's just kind of stepping it up. Oh, should I stamp these green dots? Oh, Lucy, you're pretty much oh, that's awesome. And Karen, the gifts, you delivered the gifts already. Wow. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, I have 2 questions for you. Do I do these dots? Where's my stamp set? See my stamp set? I've got dots, I've got leaves, and I've got little snowflakes, but those don't really belong in a tree. So do I stamp them or do I leave it? And now that my ladybug's on there, this might be interesting. I will wait a few bits here. Do I stamp it or do I leave it? And while I'm waiting for the answer, stamp it. Okay, I will. Connie, you were the first one to reply. I'm going to listen to Connie. Okay, little ladybug, I hope you are not in the way. And I'm going to stamp it using the same thing I used last time, okay? The other question I have for everybody, next Thursday, is my Facebook Live, but next Thursday is December 24th. Now, I know what Lucy's going to say because I already chatted with her about this. Oh, and Tracy, you like it the way it is too? I'm stamping it. I am. I'm going to stamp it. But this shows you that you can do so many different things, right? Ah! And your card doesn't necessarily have to be done when it's done. So let's stamp it. And I should have just used a block, but... So here's my next question. To Facebook Live or not to Facebook Live next week, 3:30 Thursday, December 24. Lucy, I already know your answer because you answered me when you came to pick up a few days ago. I'm just going to do this twice because I want it to come through. Okay, and now I have to move it again. And actually, you know what? I'm glad that I decided to stamp it. Let me show you a little trick that I do when I already have a stamp that's inked up, but I want to use it again, but in a different spot, okay? This is just a window sheet. This is just like an overhead projector sheet. And you can put washi tape on it so it doesn't get lost on your table. I take this and I put it down on my card so that I can then remove my stamp and lay it back down and not get an inky mess all over my card, okay? And sometimes I use this technique if I want to put a sentiment on and I can't decide where to put the sentiment. So I would stamp the sentiment on my window sheet and then I would just move it around and go, I like it here, I like it there. Always remember to clean this though, because my ink is now sitting there, and if I don't clean it, I am going to make a mess everywhere. So I clean it, and then I tuck it away where I keep my Stamparatus when I'm not using it. So now I've moved this and I'm ready to go. It's a great tip, ladies. I use that a lot. And for the gals that come to classes, there have been times when I've pulled it out and And we've done it. So there are our green kind of leafy splotches with our window sheet. Our window sheet, what do we call that? Our window sheet trick. Our window sheet trick. Now say that fast 10 times. Okay, so now this is getting put away in the same spot that that window sheet is. So when I need it, it is there. Okay, so here we go. Got that stamped. Now let's take some braided linen trim. Take my little pin out of there. And I know I want it about yay long. Sorry, Stampin' Up! Does not carry these scissors anymore, and they are amazing. I use it only for ribbon or fabric if I'm sewing. Now, I did not want to put my sentiment on quite yet. Let's see if I can. I'm going to slip that right through. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I flip it over and I take my seal and I put a little smidge on there so that holds it down, and then I eyeball so that I'm straight. I love my Stampin' Seal. The little trick with Stampin' Seal is you go, well, I'll show you. You go down, whoops, and see if you don't do that, that's where you lose. So I'm just rolling it back up to where it belongs. You go down on your paper and you flick it off like a check mark. Go down and flick it off. I love Stampin' Seal. And it did it again because I didn't have a really good line. There we go. Okay, and one more up here. And now that, thanks Tracy. I love that window sheet tip too. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not a trick. Whoops. My ribbon did not hold on that side. It's not a trick, it's a tip. And it does work, definitely. We're just about done and on to our next little secret project. Although some of you who were at my virtual Christmas gathering, sorry if this is a repeat for you, but I promised some of the girls that couldn't make it that I would show it at my next Facebook Live, but I'm using a different DSP. So next week being the 24th of December at 3:30, I have made an executive decision. I will be here, okay? Now, I will either do an impromptu paper pumpkin when mine comes in ahead of time, or I will wait and do the paper pumpkin for my Facebook Live. Although next week's live was supposed to be my mystery Stampin' Hour. So just watch on Facebook to see what I decide to do. We're going to put this down on our card base, and our card is complete. Okay, so there it is. Our card is complete. So now let's move on to our next project. This is what we are going to create. This is using the DSP from the next celebration that is coming up. Thanks, Connie. So this is just a little star, or a little, it's big. This is a big star ornament that we created the other night when I had my Zoom class with my girls. And I went ahead and I started some of it. I started one piece. Okay? So for those who are wanting to know how to do this, and don't forget, I am picking the winner, so don't leave. I need to pick the winner from last week. So what you need are, well, this is 6 by 6. You can do 12 by 12 and you'll get a much bigger star, okay? You need 2 sheets, okay? The same, because it would look way nicer if it's the same. The star that we created, the one that I just showed you, is 6 by 6. I'm going to stick with 6 by 6 again. This is the DSP from Feels Like Frost, okay? So the other side of it is this pine cone, which I think is stunning. But I wanted to use the silver glimmer. Oh, Karen, I'm so glad that you've made some. That's great. That is great. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. And hopefully I'm going to teach you a few tips and tricks as we go. Okay, let's make some room here. You're going to take your 6 by 6. Oh, thanks, Dar, for sharing. I've got your name down. Darlene, thank you. You're going to take your 6 by 6. You are going to kind of roll it till you get corner to corner. Give it a nice fold. You want to grab your bone folder. You want a good burnish, okay? We're going to open it up. Now, for those who are going to create a star with me as we go, you're starting with 6 by 6, okay? I'm not going to blast through it, but I'm not going to do a lot of repeating for time's sake. But you can always go back and look after, okay? So 6 by 6, fold in half, open up, fold in half the other way, okay? I need to pull this a little closer to myself so I can see what I'm doing. Fold in half the other way. So now you actually have, it looks like 4 little boxes, okay? You're going to open it up and you are going to go corner to corner, okay? So we're going to match our corners, give it a good fold, give it a nice burnish, okay? So half, open, half the other way, corner to corner, open, corner to corner, the other way. Easy peasy. Corner to corner, the other way. Who's watching still? Now what we want to do, I'm going to grab a pencil, and you know what? For ease of seeing, I'm going to mark this up a little bit. I want to find my first, remember when we folded in half? I want to find my first fold mark right there, and I'm going to mark 1 1/4 inches, okay, on all 4 of these fold marks. And it's okay if it's a little more than 1 1/4, okay? I should put a scrap behind me because I'm marking up my table. And my next half fold, 1 1/4. My next half fold, 1 1/4. Now, Gail, you're not going to be able to keep up with me because I've already got one totally complete, okay? But as long as you get the idea for one, you're going to do it the same thing with your second piece of DSP, okay? The same thing. Now remember these corner to corners? let's do this. And we didn't do this at class the other night, and I should have. Let's just mark that, okay? Because sometimes we can't see for looking. Let's mark that. Connie, I hope you're doing this too. Because I'm not sure. Did you complete your star the other night? I'm just marking these corners so that when I do my next step, it's easier. Okay? So that's all. Fold in half, open, fold in half. Corner to corner, open, corner to corner. On all your straight boxes, 1 1/4, 4 times, and then this was just for ease when we get to fold. Now you're going to pull out your snips, and I had them a minute ago. Where did they go? Uh-oh. Where are my snips? I thought I had them. I thought I had them. Wow, for those of you who come to my lives, this is typical. I'll be right back. I know my snips are somewhere, but for some reason I don't see them. I'm going to have to grab another pair of scissors. I hope these work. I'm another confession here. I'm a snips snob. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am cutting my 1 1/4 straight up. Straight up, all my 1 1/4 marks. Okay, like so. So now we've got that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, and with the help of my bone folder, I want to roll this up and meet the edge of this. So this edge right here, I want it to meet my fold line. And I'm just gently breaking up the fibers a little bit, just so that it's a little bit easier to do. Once you master this, these are actually so fun to make. I was caregiving with our grandchildren yesterday, and we made a bunch. So again, I am joining my fold, or joining my cut line to my fold line, okay? I know, and you know what, Gail? Seriously, I have no idea where I put them. Anyway, and I guess I can't say I put things away right away. Case in point, just trying to get a nice point, match that cut line here to this fold line, or not that cut line, this edge to the fold line. I'm excited to see this star with all this glitter, or no, I guess it's not glitter, it's foil. I'm excited to see this star. And I definitely wanted to do a DSP that was entirely different. So this edge meeting that score line. I think the hardest part of this star, and many of you who made it with me the other night will attest to this, it's gluing it together, because sometimes that just got a little bit tricky. Okay, all of our folding is done. Hi Jackie, welcome here. We are creating, let me show you. We finished our card already. We are creating a Christmas star using Stampin' Up design paper. And this is the card that we just created, okay? And if you share my Facebook Live, I will enter your name for a draw for next week. So now remember how we see how it bends this way? This is what we're wanting to do. We are wanting to bring these points together. So I make sure that I am bending this way and I'm not bended the opposite way, because it's not going to work. Let me grab my silicone sheet, because we're pulling out our Tombow. And you seriously only want a little bit of adhesive on this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger under here, and I am going to bring this flap here up to this edge of the star, like so. See how I'm right nicely on my edge? And see, you can actually stick your finger in there, okay? So I put glue on that side, right, and brought this side over, so I want to continue going the same way. It doesn't matter what side you initially start with, you just want to continue putting your adhesive down on the same star. So I'm taking this flap and I want to lay it down on top of the other folded edge up to here. Okay, finger in the star. Do you see it coming to life? Okay, adhesive on this side. So just a little bit of Tombow. Come on. I don't want to press too hard because I don't want a big amount. I think I need a pin in there right now. Whoops! That's what I did not want. Okay. So again, this flap here is going to go on top to this edge. I hope I'm being really clear. Okay. This is the flap that I am putting adhesive on. We're just about done. Just a little bit. And again, this flap here is going to go on top of that to this edge. Finger in to help me get that manipulated, okay? And there you go. You want to make sure that you've got a nice point, okay? So that's done. Now, what you want to do if you're going to hang it, because this was the first one that I did, and after it was made, I'm like, oh, how am I hanging this? So I put my ribbon here, which I wasn't really happy with. Let me get some ribbon. And we're going to use some of this beautiful retired silver ribbon, but I love it. And so, like I do with retired items or retiring items that I love, I go crazy and I order a bunch of them knowing that I'm not going to have this again. Come on, baby. Kind of like the little jingle bells that are in the current mini. I ordered like a dozen of them because I love those bells. I want about, a good 8 inches of ribbon. I'm going to find my snips after class. Here's what I did with my grandkids yesterday. I took a glue dot and I put it right in here. So I'm in between these two, kind of on the score line, okay? And I don't want this ribbon to go anywhere, so I'm going to put two of them, and I'm going to lay this ribbon down. I hope my fingers aren't crazy in the way. Like so. And now I want to put glue dots on that side, okay? So let's just pick them up this way, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put two. Whoops, come on. So I just press it on there and hopefully it lifts off. So that is going to lay down on top of that, and let's give that a little press. Okay? Tracy and Jackie, you know each other. That's wonderful. It's so nice when friends get to sit and watch together. I love that. Okay, here's the trickiest part of this star. And yesterday when I had my grandsons, I tried using glue dots and it didn't make a difference. And if you use dimensionals, then these stars are not going to be really hugging each other as close as you would want. So I do find that this is actually the best way to do it. So I put a little bit of glue on the edge of each star. Just about done. And I'm going to pick them each up, and I want to offset them like, oh, come on, work with me here, like so. And then I want to hold it, and I'm pressing them in. Whoops, try not to bend it like crazy. This will straighten up. See how that buckled a bit? That will straighten up. I'm trying to give the glue a chance to find each other, okay? So while that is happening, why don't I bring the camera up, and I didn't bring my little bucket either for my draw. Anyway, the camera is coming up, so hang on, ladies, because I want to choose the winner from last week. I think that was the last thing that I needed to do. And then when this is nicely sealed together, I will show you, okay? So at the end of every video, I'm able to look back, and it actually gives me a list of who actually shared. And so last week, my shares were, I've got them all written down on little papers. Cheryl P, Connie K, Darlene G, Sheila M, well, MH, I guess, Lucy Boo, I'm sorry, Lucy, Lucy B, it's been a long day, Kathy P, Tracy M, Gail M, and Karen P. So those were the ladies that all shared last week. I was going to bring the camera back down, but I'm not going to. And I see my tin. So there's my star. See, it did stick together. Look, isn't that gorgeous? It's so fun. It's so, so fun. Let me grab my tin. Oh, so here's my tin. And here's all the names that I just called out. Okay, all of the names going in the tin. Gonna give them a shake. Give them a shake. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the hearts. This is for sharing last week's video, okay? And I'm not looking. You can tell that I'm not looking. And if you do not live in Canada and I happen to choose your name, what I will do is I will send you something in the mail, but I won't be able to send that star because it'll get smushed. So the winner is from, I think I have just one, last week is Kathy Penner. So Kathy, I have a star for you. This is for you. Yay! Let me know when you are able to come and pick that up. So thanks for sharing last week, Kathy. And this week, ladies, thank you for sharing. And I'll be sure to throw your names in the draw for next week. Because you know what? I will do a Facebook Live on Christmas Eve. We could all use a little bit of company and a little bit of camaraderie. I think I said that right. Yay, Kathy! And congrats from Karen Palmer. That's so nice. That's so nice. So I hope you enjoyed my Facebook Live today, and I hope to see you next week. Same place, and don't forget to share so that your name is entered for a draw. And I just want to thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had a great time, that you enjoyed your time here. And again, if you have any needs, I'd be happy to help you with that. If you do have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, that's wonderful. Like my Facebook page, and beside the video, you're going to see, I forget exactly what it was. And I know, Connie, you did that this morning. So is it actually a picture of a bell that you select? And then if you select all, whenever I go live, you'll get notified that I am live. I know you have to choose all for sure. I'm just not sure if it's a bell icon that shows up. But anyway, like my Facebook page, select the bell, and yeah, thanks for stopping by. I hope you make a star. And if you do, you know what? Drop me a message or a line right on my Facebook page and send me a picture of the star that you've created. I'd love to see it. So with that, I would love to say adieu. Have a lovely rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, and may God bless you all. Thanks. Bye.